This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So how many of you have downloaded the software? Yes, students. How many of you
Yes,
downloaded the
sir.
software? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You have to do. Okay. You have to download and sit in front of the system as such. Okay. For all practical purpose. Okay. Just by yeah, I told you. You know all those things. So first thing is now. See, it has opened when I double clicked on when I loaded the software. It opened with some company. Okay, that was a preset company. You leave that, we'll select our company and start the thing. Okay, and start working. So, how to do that? Company select. Okay, yeah, see, I told you about your exam. Your exam will be going to be MCQ. Okay, they can't ask, write short note on tally, nothing like that. So, it's all, what is that? Objective type. So please write to select company, the function key is Alt F3. This is a test question, don't forget. Alt F3 is to select company. See, you can navigate tally either through the keyboard or through the menu. Fine, you can exclusively use keyboard and still do. Okay, but we are navigating through the menus. Okay, select. So I'll open our company. Our company is MCC Private Limited. This is our company. Okay, so this the previous company is somewhat disturbing me. So what I will do, I'll shut that company. Shut means what? I don't want this the first company, some bad is there, no? That company I don't want it to display here. So I'll say company shut. Shut is control F3. Test question, all of you. Okay, ultimately you have to get good marks, right? So you should know all the function key, shortcut key, all those things. So shut company is control F3. So I'm going to shut this company, which I don't require. It'll just go away from the display. That's all. What is that? It will go away from the display. It is not deleted. It will be at the background. Fine. So now, as you see, it is showing no vouchers recorded because we haven't recorded any voucher as such. Fine. We're discussing about contra voucher. We're discussing about voucher type. The first one being contra voucher type. First one was contra. So I told you contra voucher is used for some particular purpose. Can any one of you recap that? What is contra voucher? When do you use contra voucher?
It is used for recording the transaction, cash to bank transactions.
Good. Okay. Very nice to know
Is
that.
used to withdraw the cash from the bank.
Yes, Ms. Zubia, you are right. Okay. So, contra voucher is used to record what? It is also called banking voucher. When you are depositing money, withdrawing money from bank, you have to record it in contra voucher. Understanding? So now I'll give you definition. You just make a note of the definition. I'll give a formal definition for that. See, I'll zoom it. Okay. So a con you are able to, you can see this. I'll zoom it.
We can see, sir.
Yeah, fine. Make a note. Okay. So contra voucher is a type of accounting voucher. Okay. See, basic is important. Okay, if you're strong in basics, okay, nobody, what is that? You will have a command over the software. Miss Yashika,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, please tell me.
Can you show the definition once again, sir?
I'll show you. Yes, Miss
Yeah.
Cindy, I'll show you. Okay, so first you write this. The elaborate definition is going to be this one. I will highlight it. See, this is the second one is the elaborate definition. So the function key will be F4. F4 on your keyboard is contra voucher. So you could copy. Shall we go ahead? See, cash account to cash account. Yeah, little bit this one. See, cash account to cash account is okay. Nobody asked you. Ask me what is that cash account to cash account? What is that cash account to cash account? No, you not be knowing. I'm sure. Okay. See, in a company there are two cashiers or two type of cash. All of you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, yeah. One is main cache. Other one is there's something called petty cache. Okay, as the name itself says, petty means what? Small things. Okay. So the main cashier looks after the main, what is that? Main transactions. Okay, transaction involving thousands, thousand, lakh, maybe like this petty cashier or smaller, minor ones. Okay, if some guests visited the company, so we would like to give some fruit juice. So the what is that? The office boy will take some for 500 rupees. Okay, that you can't go and ask the main cashier because he is always busy doing all the GST calculation, TDS calculation, all those things. Okay, at the time you approach the petty cashier. So cash to cash account means Main cash to petty cash. Cash to bank, deposit, bank to cash, withdraw, bank to bank. Yesterday we discussed that is transfer. A transfer, I told you. Okay, don't forget that. It is amongst your own bank, amongst the company's bank, not outside party. Okay. So that is about contra vote. Now, second one, we will see payment voucher. See, second one we'll discuss. Please write voucher type number second, payment voucher. So what is this payment voucher? I told you briefly yesterday. Write down one sentence up for the payment voucher. Definition of payment voucher. So payment voucher is used to, you see that, please make a note. Function key will be F5 on your keyboard, function key F5 for payment voucher. Any difficulty, please let me know. Okay. See, the student who were absent yesterday were, or Miss Sandhya was absent, Hiba was absent, Sanjana Amor was absent, Varsha was absent. So the list given to me, 45 students, 41 were present yesterday.
So can you show the PPT again?
Yeah. Now let us note down the definition of receipt voucher. See here. Okay. Contra we noted, payment we noted, receipt, let us note down the definition. See, money coming to business to be recorded in receipt voucher. Money going out of business to be recorded in payment voucher. Depositing of money to bank, withdrawal money from bank, transfer of money from one bank to another, contra. Receipt voucher function key F6.
So what's the function key, sir?
F6. So I'll explain. If the company has made a sale, let us say the company has made a sale, so it is going to receive money from the customer. If money comes to business, as I told you, either in cash or through bank, check, whatever it is, net banking. Ultimately, if money coming to business to be recorded in receipt voucher. Let us say company has maintained an FD. Company has maintained an FD in a bank, so it's going to receive interest every month. So money coming to business to be recorded in receipt voucher. All of you got this?
Can you can you please repeat, sir?
Yeah, if money comes to business, it has to be recorded in receipt voucher. So how will the money come to business? As I was just explaining to you, if company has made a sale, it is going to receive money from the customer. So that has to be recorded in receipt voucher. If company has, as I was just telling you, if company has maintained an FD, it is going to receive interest every month. So with this three voucher type, we can start. Okay. So all of you in your book, please write name of the company MCC Private Limited. Okay. Next line you write in the books of MCC Private Limited. So did you write?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yeah. Fine. So now you write date 1/4/23. So we'll start recording transaction. Okay, with this basic introduction, we'll get into the job. We'll get onto the job. Okay. So transaction number 1/4/23, April 1st, 2023. Read the transaction. Started business with, all of you should write, then only you can record. Started business with rupees 60 lakh in cash as capital. So that is a transaction. I told you in business, transaction happen every day. What is the job of the accountant? Accountant has to record this. To record this, there are certain steps. So write solution step number 1. So all of you have to note down in book. After that, let us do it in the put it in the software. So now what we are up to? So transaction has happened. We are supposed to record that. To do that, as I told you, there are certain steps. So solution step number 1, write journal entry. So I told you, all of you please try. What do you think is a journal entry for this transaction?
Cash account debit to capital account.
Cash account
Good.
debit to capital.
Good. Okay. Very good. So, see, I'll just briefly tell you. See, in any business transaction, there will be at least two accounts. In Tally, we'll not say account as such, we'll say ledger. Okay. So the two accounts or the two ledgers in this particular transaction are cash and capital account. Cash is a real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Capital account is a personal account. Okay, always prefix company. Company's capital account you say that will give you better company's capital account. So is a personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay. So money is coming to the business. That's why we debited cash. Who gave the money? Capital account. Hence the journal entry cash account debit 60 lakh to company's capital account 60 lakh. So like in your manual book writing, here too we'll write the narration being capital introduced in cash. Okay, all of you got that, no? I mean, yeah, your friends answered. Those, all of you take part. Okay. So now that was step number one. Step number one always, till the end of the course, always step one would be writing the, knowing the journal entry. Fine. Now write step two, creation of masters. Step two will always be creation of masters. See, these are all masters, as you know. Okay, there are accounting masters, there are inventory masters, they're all masters. So, next line you write small a ledger. So, we have to create ledger. Create ledger. So, which is the first ledger?
So could you do it once again?
Yeah. See, first we wrote down the journal entry. Okay, as I told you, the transaction has happened. Job of the accountant is to record. For that, you need to know the journal entry which we wrote down. Now, step two is what? Creation of masters. That is step two. Please write creation of masters. Under that, you write small a ledger. So there is ledger in only ledger in this transaction. So to create ledger, what I will do, masters, I'll go to create. Say ledger. See, normally we don't create group, we don't create water type. As you know, there are 28 account group in Tally. I'll show you, please observe. Chart of account, please write on note, note. Chart of account give a list of masters. Okay, it gives a bird's eye view of all the masters created in the company. Chart of account. Test question. If you know the theory, let the question be framed in whichever way. Correct? No. So chart of account you see here. Come to groups. See, as you wrote down yesterday, there are 28 groups in Tally. Test question. There are 28 account group in Tally. Okay. Now, so group you don't create normally. There are already 28 group. Okay. Generally we don't create. This voucher type, there are as many as 24 voucher type. Okay. We have discussed three voucher: contra, payment, receipt. So we don't create any voucher also. There are ample vouchers available in Tally, which will suffice for our need. Day-to-day need, 24 vouchers will do. Fine. So only thing you will be creating is majority of the time ledger. Okay. So now we have to create ledger. Create ledger. So which is the ledger you have to create? What are the ledgers you have to create?
Cash account.
Will you create cash account? I will try creating as your friend said. Okay, your friend said cash account. Let me create cash. Oops. Error. Name already exists. Why this message popped up? I told you about this yesterday. Let me see, you'll recall. You wrote down list of groups, list of ledgers. When you wrote list of ledger, what are the ledgers you wrote?
Cash and profit and loss account.
Yeah. What is the meaning? Simple. The meaning is cash is already there. I told you, cash is one of the default ledger, system created ledger in Tally. So one need not create cash. We need not create cash. That's why it said duplicate already exists. Correct? No. So don't create cash. It is already there. So which is other ledger you have to create?
Capital account.
Yeah. Don't be in a doubt. Okay. You have to be you have to answer with certainty. Okay, you have to create, as you said, capital account. I'll prefix company. Company's capital account. Okay, now the thing comes. Last yesterday you wrote down the list of groups. What are these groups? What is a group? Please listen carefully. See, the entire accountancy. Okay, the programmer has written the entire accountancy in these groups. Okay, what I mean by that? See, whenever you create a ledger, you have to link it to correct group. Fine. See, for example, my ledger is SBI. It is the group. You scan, you browse full once from top till here, you see which is a group you are going to link SBI. See, I told you the entire accountancy has been written in these groups. Okay, for example, fixed asset. Fixed assets are real account. Real account show debit balance. Like that, the programmer of Tally, what is that? The software developer, he has written all the characteristics, all the features in these groups. Okay. Now SBI comes under which group? To start with, you go through all the groups. I told you yesterday, you don't have to buy heart, but you have to be aware there is a group by this name. There is a group called direct income. There is a group called duties and taxes. You have to be just aware. So SBI, which is a group you are going to link.
Bank account.
Bank account. Okay, why you took so much time? A bank account. Okay, there is a meaning. See, what did I tell you? Whenever you create a ledger, you have to link it to group. For example, bank account, SBI, I will link it to some expense, I link it. Okay, some indirect expense I link. Okay, Tally is not going to tell it is correct, it is wrong, nothing. Okay, how will the software know SBI is a bank? Correct. No, I and you know SBI is a bank. How will a computer know SBI is a bank? Okay, rather, how will Tally know SBI is a bank? I have to tell. The accountant has to link the correct group. Understanding all of you. So linking of correct group is the topmost priority. If you link wrongly, now if I link SBI indirect expense, SBI is going to behave like an indirect expense. Okay, indirect expense means what? Items of P&L or debit side of P&L or indirect expenses. So it is going to behave like that. So you have to link to the correct group. Fine, you got it. There is a meaning of group. So now we have to create, cash is already there as you saw, company's capital account we have to create. So now tell
Excuse me,
me, Abhay,
excuse me, sir.
yeah, tell me.
Sir, whenever they say to post the journal entry into ledger account,
Yeah,
and when this entry comes, cash account debit to capital account, we do prepare a cash account, no, cash account, sir. Like
correct.
we
Okay,
do
yeah,
prepare.
I know. I got your point. Yes, Miss Cynthia, I got your point. See, that is in manual accounting. Okay. See, what happens is, see, Tally software, the developer of Tally, okay, the programmer of Tally has, see, let me tell you, what is the difference between manual accounting and computerized accounting? See, in computerized accounting, the moment you record a transaction, all the books of accounts are updated automatically in the background. Okay, all the books of accounting, your trial balance, your balance sheet, P&L, including cash flow, fund flow, ratio analysis, all these things are updated at the background. I thought I created two ledgers and posted a transaction. That's what I did. I created two ledgers and posted a transaction. But what happens at the background, you can't just imagine. Okay, that is what is a computerized accounting. In manual accounting, it is not so. Okay, one person prepares trial balance, one person prepares balance sheet, one person, one of the team member prepares P&L. So it is not integrated. It's all different. Okay, it's all staggered. It is not so in computerized accounting. Getting it? So keeping that in view. So what is the view? I told you when if you record a transaction, all the books of account has to be automatically updated. All the books of account has to be drawn. So the programmer identified that without having cash and P&L ledger, it cannot do so. Understanding all of you, little bit complicated. That is the programmer's perspective. See, the programmer, he has to develop a software. So he identified that without having cash and P&L as the default ledgers, you can't get the report. All of you getting this point? Little bit tough. I don't say it is straight away. Just you have to see. After working for say many years or many some time, I realized that. Okay, without having cash and P&L, you can't have the software. Understanding all of you? Little bit difficult. I understand. Okay, I can just feel that. Okay, so cash and P&L, the default ledgers are not just like that created. The programmer found that. Okay, programmer found that there has to be cash and P&L account. Then only he can go ahead with the things. Then only you for as I to start with, I told you no, all the books of accounts are updated. For that, he identified that there has to be cash, there has to be P&L account. Then only the books of accounts will reflect correctly. Okay. Yes, I don't know how much you understood this, but this is the answer. Okay, cash account need to be there. Cash and P&L need to be there. That's why the programmer created cash and P&L as the default ledgers. Yes, Miss Siddhi, are you convinced? Some sense to you? This made some sense to you? Yeah. Quite difficult to say yes also. Okay, you take it like that. Fine. So let us get back to the thing. So cash ledger is a default ledger we will not create. Okay. So the next ledger is capital account we have to create. So which is the group you think and tell? Go through all the groups listed here. Which is the group we are going to link?
Capital account.
Capital
Yeah,
account.
correct. There is an exclusive group, capital account, you link to that. So you have all the properties of this capital account. Okay, what is that? Capital account is a personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Okay, say all those things have been written in that particular group. You link that. So the ledger company's capital account is going to be a, as the programmer has written the characteristics of the capital account. That's all. All of you getting it? So linking the correct group is the job of the accountant. If you link it capital account as something invest, what is that? You just take indirect expense. So all the properties of indirect expense will be copied onto capital account, which is wrong. The system is going to give all wrong results. So in Tally, ledger name is not the criteria. So group is the criteria. Okay, the programmer has written entire thing right. As I told you in groups. That's why there are as many as 28 groups. And if you remember, I told you you have to make a note of this because the accounting thing here, at least to start with, it depends on this. Okay. So company's capital account, as your friend said, capital account is correct. We'll accept. We'll link it. That's all. So you are again, this is a master one-time creation. Every day you not create. Okay, master means what? One-time creation. For example, today I created on SBI bank account, my company's bank account. I will not come and create bank account tomorrow. It's a master, one-time creation. So you're supposed to give maximum detail as far as possible, company's address. Again, you do it here. But this is a practice exercise I'm skipping. All those things you furnish. Don't give opening balance because this is a new company. A new company, there is no opening balance. If it is an existing company, previous year closing balance would have been this year's opening balance. Correct? No. So there is no opening balance as this is a new business. Don't give anything, enter, enter. That's all. So to record this transaction, we require two ledgers. Let us check up both the ledgers are present. So how do you check up? You come to alter, say ledger. So cash is very much there. Capital account we created. So now we can go ahead. Please write step number 3. So first step was what? Knowing the journal entry. Second step is what? Creation of masters. Third step, please write. Select correct voucher and record. So that is the step number 3. All of you are with me?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So the moment I say record, you come to transactions. Transactions, vouchers. Now you tell me which is the voucher you use to record this particular transaction. Simple. I explained to you only 3. Okay, out of these 3, which is the voucher you're going to select?
Receipt voucher.
Yes. Good. Okay, receipt voucher. Who was that?
Me, sir.
Me means what?
Fatima.
Your name? Fatima. Very nice. Okay, good miss. Correct. Okay, fine. So you have to use it. You have to, but you have to be more certain. Fatima, you don't answer just you're taking a guess. Okay, sometimes your answers sound that you're taking a guess. No. Okay, you have to be certain. So it is receipt. You tell me like that. You answer like that. Okay, fine. So what your friend said is correct. So select receipt voucher. Now one more thing. What you observe here is, see, the system. Okay, the company it has opened in single entry mode. Okay, what you're seeing is single entry mode. What I mean by that? So there is no debit and credit. Okay, so this is called single entry system of recording. But in companies they use double entry system of recording. So for that you need to change. You need to make a small change in the setting. So how do you convert? How do you get into double entry system of accounting? Say change mode. Go to change mode. Select double entry. Okay, fine. Now you're in double entry system of recording. Double entry system of accounting. Still, it's not very friendly. What I mean by that? It is showing something to buy. Okay. See, buy is debit, to is credit. System is showing to and buy. But we are more familiar with terms debit and credit. So how to get debit and credit to this? How to get debit and credit in the current screen. So go to configure. All of you, you have to make note of these steps. Okay, when you are alone or when you are practicing, you might get some doubt wherein it will be quite difficult. You'll start searching here and there. Don't want that. Okay. So now you click on F12. F12 is what? F12 in Tally is quite important. F12 is configure. So click on configure. You say the very first option, use credit debit instead of to and by. It is no, that's why it is showing to and by. You make it yes, it will come credit and debit. Got it, all of you? So you say press F12 configuration screen. You'll get F12 is configuration. You'll get into configuration screen. There you say use credit debit instead of to and buy. If you make it yes, the to and buy will go. Now you see credit and debit. So whenever you make a change in the setting, don't say escape. You have to save and come out. Okay, say Control A. Control A, I told you yesterday, Control A is to save in Tally, accept. So now you are seeing credit and debit. Okay. So what is getting credited in your journal entry? See, in book, in manual accounting, for ages you have been writing debit first. Okay, from ages you always write debit first, then credit. But the programmer, the Tally programmer, has written credit first for reciprocal. Don't worry about that. You need not think much. It is asking for credit ledger. You furnish the credit ledger. If it is asking for debit ledger, you furnish debit ledger. That's it. So now it is asking credit ledger in your book. Company's capital account got credited. You don't have to type anything. If you have created the master, it is going to list on the right hand side. Just take the arrow key, select. That's all. Okay. Tally is menu driven. Okay. If you have created the master, it is going to list on the right hand side. Use arrow key, select that. That's it. Over. 60 lakh. You punch in. Enter. Then you say D. Debit. Debit what? Cash. That's all. Over. 60 lakh. Enter. First one I gave 6 lakh. So it is 60 lakh. 60 lakh. That's all. If you got this, so I'll write the narration too. Being capital introduced in cash. Cash. Enter. Accept. You can press enter button or Y alphabet Y on your keyboard. Both are same. Enter button or alphabet key on your keyboard. Alphabet Y on your keyboard. Enter. So transaction 1 has been recorded. See here, it is now ready for the second entry. Receipt number 2, it is, if one has been recorded, it is ready to take the next entry, next transaction. So to see the previous transaction, you say page up. Page up. That's all. It took you one screen back.
So can you repeat it?
Which one is entire thing?
No, sir. We go to the previous voucher.
Yeah. See, I'll I'll do one thing. Okay, nothing to worry. But you have to be little bit fast. Okay, otherwise it will become basic tally course. It's not so fine. See now, what is that? We recorded a voucher. Page up will show me. Correct. No, no, it will not. Yeah, it has. Yeah, it will show me. I'll delete this. Okay. So don't mind. I'll delete. See, there is something called delete. I'll delete this. Okay. Oh, Gaya. There's nothing. Okay, no vouchers. See here, no vouchers. So I created the masters. Okay, now I have to record. I told you to record. You have to come to transaction vouchers. Enter. So as we saw, receipt was a voucher to be used to record this transaction. We are very much in receipt. So it is asking for credit ledger. So company's capital account got credited. I'll select that. I'll punch in the amount. Enter 16 lakhs, right? 160. Enter. So debit what? Cash. Enter. Enter. B, I read the narration. B, capital introduced. In cash, if you want to, right? Enter, enter, page up. Page up on your keyboard. Okay. On your keyboard, there is something called page up, page down. You say page up to go one page back. Page up. That's all. Got it, all of you? All of you, you got this, how to record? Any doubt, you tell. Shall I go ahead? Shall we take up second transaction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please write transaction number second. See, this is what you will be doing majority of the time. What I mean by that? Transaction happen every day in business. Job of the accountant is to go on recording. He has to capture all what all happens in the business. So that's what we will be doing. Okay. Second transaction, date 2/4/23. Company read the transaction. Company opened an account in Axis Bank and deposited rupees 40 lakhs in cash. So all of you got the journal entry, got the transaction. Yeah, Miss Zubia has a small query. She asks step number one and two are what? Step number one is writing the journal entry. Step number two is creating of masters. That's all. That remains throughout the course. Okay, that is always true. What I mean by that? So whenever transaction happens, first you need to know the journal entry. Of course, in office you will not pull out a paper and write the journal entry. Okay, you would have been, you'd be more. What is that? You just think, oh, this debtor is getting debited, this debtor is getting credited. Okay, this is a practice exercise. We are writing formally all the steps. Okay, what is that? Pulling out a paper, writing the journal entry in a systematic, methodical way. Okay, At office, you will not do all those things. You just see what is getting debited. You will be in a position to do that. Okay. So second transaction. Now come on. So what happened first day? We introduced capital. To run a business, you require a bank account. So what we did? Next day we opened an account in Axis Bank and deposited 40 lakhs. So transaction has happened in the business. Content has to capture this. You know the steps. Tell me the first step. See, Tally is a easy software, very friendly software, user friendly software. Okay, so you know the steps. Start. So what was the treatment given for the first transaction? Same treatment to be given here. Now also. The steps remain the same. Go through the transaction again. That is what? 2423. Company opened an account in Axis Bank and deposited rupees 40 lakhs in cash. So as I told you, transaction has happened in the business. Job of the accountant is to record that. To do that, there are certain steps. Tell me what is step number one?
Write the journal entry.
Yeah. Yes, Chinmay. What do you think is a journal entry?
Axis Bank account debit to cash.
That's all. Why you took so much time? Good. Okay. Write down. Axis Bank debit 40 lakhs to cash 40 lakhs. Narration being, what is the Chinmay? What is the narration?
Being cash deposited.
That's it. Excellent. So we are done with step number one. Now, what is step two? What is the second step?
Creation of masters.
Correct. Creation of masters in that small way ledger. So which of the ledger we are going to create?
Axis Bank.
Yeah. All of you observe. Create ledger. Axis Bank. I told you, whenever you create a ledger, link it to correct group. Come on, tell me the correct group.
Bank account.
That's all.
Bank.
Straightforward.
Bank.
Banker. Yeah. All of you are getting and happy to know that. Okay, simple. Okay. Bank account. So I'm supposed to give all the bank account details. Correct account number, IFSC code, all those things. Because it's a master, you will not create every day. It's a one-time creation. But when this is a practice exercise, I'm skipping. That's all. You give account number, IFSC code, okay, all those things, branch, whatever the address. Yeah. So all those things for time being, you accept and search. Don't give any opening balance because we open the bank on depositing now. There is no prior balance. So save it. Okay. Any other master to be created? Any other ledger to be created?
No, sir.
Yes. Cash is very much present. Don't do that. You come out of this. So creating part is over. Now we have to record. Come down. Record means I told you transaction what. So what is the step number 3?
Select correct voucher and record.
Yeah. So which is a voucher you think you have to select?
Contra.
Contra. All of you agree with that? Or you have any other answer?
Contra,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So depositing of money, withdrawal of money. So contra is also called, please note that contra is also called banking voucher. You know, there is bank involved, invariably it is contra. Fine. So select contra F4. Function key F4. So it is asking for credit ledger again, which is getting credited, cash is getting credited. Select cash. See, at any point in time, the ledger shows the balance. See here, current balance it is showing. See, that is a characteristic feature of Tally. Whenever you select a ledger, what is the current balance of the ledger is displayed in the next line. Okay, that is an excellent thing. So there is 60 lakhs as of now in your cash box. So 40 is going out. Okay, 40 lakhs. A debit what? Access Bank. Okay, you said it, no? Access Bank. Make sure you see in accountancy, date is important. Okay, date is crucial in accountancy. So for that, change the date. So note down in your book, F2 is date function. Please make a note of this. In the function key, all those things, you can write in last page also. F2 is date function. So the moment you press F2, it will prompt the next date. See here, it was 1. I press F2, it will prompt the next date. You can always overwrite. If it is 5th, you give 5.4. That's all. If it is 10th, you give 10.4. That's all. Okay. But when you press F2, it will prompt the next date. If it is correct, you accept. F2 address. It is correct, I accept. That's all. Enter. So now, how you deposited 40 lakhs? You have to give denomination. Okay, normally if you go to bank, if you're depositing money, there is one small, what is that, challan. There you write the denominations. Okay, so 2000 into 2000 is 40 lakhs. That's being cash deposited entered into pager. That's all. So this is what the accountant will be doing majority of the time. Of course, there is something called GST calculation, uploading GST report. Okay. This is day-to-day activity. Okay. All of you are through till this point.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
let us yeah. Now let us continue transaction number 3. Date, you please write transaction number 3, date 2/4/23. So as I told you, to start with, the company started business with capital. Next day they opened an account in a bank. Now they're going to get some assets for the company. Okay, please write 2/4/23, transaction number 3. Company bought BOU GHT the following by check. Company bought the following by check. Colon dash. Next line, you write number 1. Air conditioner, rupees 40,000. Second one, furniture, rupees 1 lakh. And third one, printer, rupees 10,000. So this is a transaction. So now your job is to record this.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Could you repeat the second point?
Yeah. Company bought the following by check. First one, air conditioner 40,000, furniture 1 lakh, printer 10,000. That is a transaction.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. See, this is very much an interactive thing. Okay. It's not that I'm going to go on explaining something, you listen. No, you have to participate. Okay, you have to come up with things. If you have doubts, you ask, get it clarified. It's not that I'm going to do. It's not a one-way thing. Okay? I'll involve you at every stage. So tell me what how to go up, how to go about.
F1, write journal entry.
Yes, correct. Solution step number 1, write journal entry. Please do that and give me the journal entry. So there are 43 people who are logged in. Okay, I told you. Okay. I'll be having a record of the thing. Those who attended, I'll be marking also. Tell me fast. We'll finish. Another last 10 minutes.
Air conditioner account debit 40,000. Furniture
Yeah.
account debit 1 lakh. Printer
Yeah.
account debit 10,000. To cash 1,50,000.
Chinmay, you are there, but last thing, the credit thing you missed.
To bank account.
To bank
Yeah.
account.
Bank, sorry,
Chi-
sir.
Yeah,
To
it's
bank.
okay. Yeah, not even bank. You have to say Axis Bank. Okay, correct. No, that is your company's bank. Okay, so you will be issuing it. You will buy all this assets and issuing Axis Bank check. Okay, no problem. Good. Okay, so let us do. Let us start. So step two is what? As I told you, as you know, we have to create the masters. We go there, create ledger. See, if you do from here, at a time you can create one ledger. That's all. See, if you do from here, you can create one ledger at a time. But there are three ledgers to be created. So for that, all of you please observe carefully. There is something called chart of account. Okay. Please listen carefully. So don't go to create, you come to chart of account. For multi-master creation, more than one master to be created, you come to chart of account. Otherwise, you would have ended up creating three times, one ledger each time. Don't want that. I'll come to chart of account, which is a master I have to create. I'll select the master which I have to create. So ledger is a master I have to create. I'll select that. Okay, enter. See on the right hand side, there is something called multi-masters. Alt H, multi-masters, you click on that. Say multi-create. Now in single shot, I can create any number of ledger. Got it, all of you? I'll show you again.
Yes, sir.
So more than one master to be created, come to chart of account, say enter, which is a master you want to create, you place the cursor on that, say enter, say multi-masters. You click on multi-masters, you say multi-create. In one shot you can create all the ledgers. Enter. So what is that? Air conditioner. I'll create one by one. Air conditioner. Which is the group? Scan once. Scan once. Air condition comes under which group? That's why I asked you to get familiar with these groups. Should you one need not by heart. You just need to be aware there is a group by this name, there is a group like this. Come on, tell me. 40 students, around 40 students, come on.
Is it purchase account, sir?
No,
Current
Current assets.
no. Yes, we are near to the answer.
Stock in hand?
No. Okay, don't take wild guesses.
Sir,
So, yeah.
isn't it a current asset?
No, it is fixed asset. Okay, so
Yeah,
what is
sorry,
fixed?
fixed.
Yeah, good. See, fixed asset are the assets which are going to stay in your business for longer period, say more than 3 years. Okay, you are buying air conditioner or fit it in director's room, so it will be there for quite a few years. Correct? No, not it's going to change every year. Fine. So it is a fixed asset. Okay, got it. Current asset is the asset. See, cash is a current asset. Bank is a current asset. Stock is a current asset. They keep changing every now and then. Cash balance, if you remember, it change not every day. It change every say half an hour, 10 minutes also. Every minute also. Okay, you issue some checks, many checks. All right. So it is fixed asset. On the opening balance because we are buying. Okay, there is no opening balance. Opening balance will come at the end of the financial year on 31/3/24. We will record the depreciation entry. Then the asset value decreases. That closing balance will become opening balance for the next year. So as of now, we are buying. You are buying. Okay, so there is no opening balance. Fine. See what all I tell. Please try to remember. Okay, fixed asset, see, and your printer, fixed asset. So like this, you can create any number of ledger, okay, one time, one shot. That's why it is called multi-master creation. You know, I showed you how to navigate. You have to come to chart of account and do the thing. Fine, we are done with your second step. We are very near to finish this recording. What is the next? You answer first. We'll close the class first.
Select the correct voucher and record.
Select correct
Correct.
voucher and record.
Yeah. So the moment you say record, you have to come to transaction voucher, enter. Come on now, tell me which is the voucher.
Payment voucher.
That's all. Very good. It's straightforward. Payment voucher. You are giving the check. The other person is giving the assets. That's all. Payment. Fine. Air conditioner you take. 40,000 you punch in. Enter. Again, see, by characteristic, it will show credit. Next line. You just press D and say tab or enter, it will become debit. Please remember, you can't change the very first line. The payment voucher opens with a particular credit, it opens with debit. As you saw, receipt opened with credit. That we can't change. The cursor doesn't go there. Okay, please remember that payment voucher opens with debit. You go ahead, 40,000. I'll give the amount. Enter. So again, I'll press make it D. It's a compound entry. I'll press D. It will become debit. That's it. Furniture. I'll give 1 lakh. Enter. Again, it will show credit. Say B. Make it debit. Printer. That's all over. 10,000. Enter. Now it will show credit, which is correct. Enter. Axis Bank. So, fine. So if you're paying check, you say check. If you're doing net banking or any other type of payment, like e-transfer, e-fund transfer you can do. Of late, this is on vogue. You know, all the people they make e-fund transfer. Check and also a little bit old track. Old, okay. So say e-fund transfer, you collect the other person's details. What is his account number, which IFSC code, all these things you fill up and say being asset bond. So enter page up. All of you understood?
Yes, sir.
See, I briefed you three vouchers, contra payment, press it. All the three vouchers I used. Okay, like this. Tomorrow I'll brief you some more vouchers and we'll record transaction using them. Is that okay? So in the meantime, we'll be learning So all these virtues, contra, with these three we have learned. Tomorrow's class we learn these things also. Okay. How was the class?
It was good, sir.
Okay, all of you understood the concepts.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
see all of you. Thank you. We'll meet
Thank you,
tomorrow.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.